What we're going to talk about tonight in this edition of Hustlers Kung Fu Live is the massive deleveraging that's taking place right now and what you need to do to start a business in the new economy. This is going to be very, very different. This is going to be way, way tight because the virus is just it's a catalyst. But this was going to happen anyway because I've been talking to you guys for the last 2 years about what was going down with the economy. I was talking about Toys of Us going out of going out of business. All of these retail establishments that were suffering in this so-called boom economy. It just wasn't the reality. This wasn't the thing that was going on, and a lot of people really missed that. A lot of people were not prepared for that. But with that, let's get into this live stream was sponsored by Hustlers Kung Fu University, aka Hustlers Kung Fu Life Skills. And this is what we got going on this Sunday. If you want to get 50% off of a course, you have to leave a comment after this live stream. Now, this is what we're getting off into Sunday. This is what's here. We've got this is the how to create products and services. We're going to do a webinar on that Sunday, April the 26th. That's this Sunday coming up. And this is what's already here. And there's going to be some more stuff before Sunday. So if you want to get 50% off of this course, go ahead, leave a comment on this live stream after it renders. You will get a 50% off coupon. And something that I may do, I may do it on this stream. Give me a second. Also, for those of you who are about B School for Hustlers, this is what's going down Monday. And we need to get into this. We're going to have, is it going to be in the business class? What do you need to think about before you structure your business? I get a lot of questions that people are talking about. What should I do? And I'm going to address a lot of stuff in this webinar about how to set up your corporation, what do you need to think about, how to set up your banking, and all that stuff. So that's going to be going on. And you can purchase that for $1,000, or you can get the whole bundle, which is this bundle. I will teach you how to make money. You get the strategic holding company, how to set up and deploy. You get all of that for $2,500 or $1,250 per month. So one of the things I'm probably going to do. This is going to come a little later. It's going to come a little later. But there's something I'm going to do during this live stream. But I need to get some more people in here. So with that, let's go ahead and get these other people in here. Hopefully everyone is doing well. Hopefully everyone is living well. And hopefully people are doing okay in this pandemic. Because we're going to get off into a lot of things tonight. And I want you guys to be aware of what's going on. I want you to be aware of the things that are about to go down. All right, there we go. So we're cooking with gas. We're cooking with gas. So one of the things, let's see, that I want that to get out the way. One of the things that you guys got to understand, the virus accelerated what was already happening. And the stay-at-home sheltering or home orders and everything just literally collapsed the economy at breakneck speed. Many of these restaurants that are closed, they're not going to reopen. There are many businesses that are closed that are not going to reopen. You will see this in the coming months. And what you're going to see is a massive deleveraging of the economy. You're going to see deleveraging of real estate. You're going to see deleveraging of corporations. Mark my words, in the coming weeks, stock prices will collapse again. And this deleveraging, because this is the thing. Once it's like, if you've ever set fire to some firecrackers, and once you set that fuse and you run to get away, the fuse has been lit. So regardless of what happens after that fuse has been lit, we're not going back. We're not going back. We're going to be in a situation where the deleveraging is happening. Like right now, the automobile market is being murdered. No one's buying cars. They're literally going to start giving cars away in a minute. They're going to probably try to get some type of bailout. They're probably going to try to do some other type of stimulus. There's so many things that are going to happen. And one of the things I want you guys to understand is, if you're caught up in the whirlwind, because, this thing happened so fast, it was so brutal that a lot of people got caught up and a lot of people were not able to be prepared, nor could they get prepared. There was no way for them to be prepared. One of the things that you have to understand is deleveraging is a wicked, wicked beast, because it takes a minute for someone to get leverage. Like, you got your first credit card, probably took you a few months or maybe a few years to max it out. So the leveraging part takes time, but the deleveraging is going to be fast. It's going to be swift. It's going to be knocking people out. And when I say knocking people out, businesses are going to go out of business and they're not going to open up again. This is one of the things that's going to happen. And, I've been looking at it, and also the states are going to open up. They've already done the math. They're like, what's the worst case scenario? And it's like, okay, we can live with it. And this is what, New York's going to open up. California's going to open up. The southern states have been acting like there's nothing been going on. The shelter in place laws for many of these southern states has been a joke, because people have been doing whatever the heck they wanted to do. And this is why the infection rate is going up in Georgia and it's going up in Texas. These two states, it is rapidly climbing. And these are the two states that they're going to open first. And I'm going to tell you why they're going to open up. They've done the math on this unemployment situation. They know how much money they have left in these unemployment coffers. And they've been in communication with the Fed. And they're like, you run out of money, you're just going to be out of money. Because, see, they're going to have to do congressional acts. It's like, okay, hey, the state of Georgia has run out of unemployment money. What kind of bill legislation can we, and you got to do that times 50 states, because they all ran out of money. We're talking $10 trillion between those bailouts and these 10 to $15 trillion on top of what we already have. And when you start to get into the math of this, the math is ugly. The math is crazy. So we're going to have massive, massive deleveraging. And part of me is, because this thing could only go, this thing could only go on so long. The Great American Credit Indoctrination Syndrome. This is why people have these conversations that I'd rather have an 800 credit score than $100,000 cash. Because people are addicted to credit. They're addicted to it. The vanity that some banks gave them $150,000, $200,000, $300,000 worth of unsecured credit just on their name. That's really seductive and intoxicating. And people are drunk on that. And that's about to disappear. Unless you are one of the people with ample income and a pristine credit record, Getting new credit is going to be a challenge. Like each day that we go down this road, those subprime credit products for mortgages, like I did not even know you could get a mortgage with a 540 credit score. That product is gone. You can get a mortgage with a 580 credit score. That product's gone. And I think the 620 product is still around, but it's going to start disappearing. All this stuff is going to disappear because the banks are going to crank it down. They're going to tighten up their lending standards, and you're going to see a lot of things happen that are going to be remarkable. We've never had anything like this happen in our lifetime, but we're on a 90-year cycle. And this is why the stock market is crashing. This is why oil prices are collapsing. This is why, we're on this 90-year cycle of utter chaos. And this is the economy, the leveraging. We're deleveraging, and it's going to be a very wicked deleveraging. And this is why, for the last 2 years, I've been urging you guys to deleverage yourself. Because when you deleverage yourself, it's way less painful than when you're deleveraged. We have people who don't have jobs and they have no source of income. They don't have any savings. Their credit profiles are about to be destroyed. The forbearance with the mortgage, because see, this is the thing, they're bailing out you on your mortgage and your apartment. You can't get evicted. They're not going to foreclose on you. What about your car payment? What about your credit cards? What about your other debts? There's no, that stuff, your credit's about to be trashed. If you're one of those people who've been very leveraged, your credit, your home, you'll get 6 months to a year for your home, but all other credit obligations are about to start knocking you upside your head. And this is one of the reasons that the states are opening up, because right where we are right now, let's say tomorrow they came up with a cure, snap your fingers, we can make this thing go away. We're looking at 2 to 3 years to get back to where we were starting the day with the snap of the fingers, things to go away. So each week this goes on, you can add 3 to 4 months for us to come back. It's kind of like in your personal economics when you get behind. When you get behind a month, it literally takes 3 to 4 months to catch up. So I want you to imagine millions, 30, 40, 50 million people who got behind. And then I want you to throw in businesses that got behind. So we're going to have this massive, massive deleveraging, and it's going to be ugly. It's going to be wicked, and it's going to create a lot of pain. Because this is why, the state of Georgia, Texas, they're moving forward, because it's like, hey, the governor of Georgia said, infection rate's going to go up. We know this. They've already talked about it. They've already had these conversations, but it's like, we rather deal with that than this economic chaos that this thing is creating. And, we're going to be walking around wearing masks. We may not even have a football season this year. And that's trillions of dollars lost, getting rid of college and NFL football. I know that sounds kind of crazy, and that sounds far, far away, but this is what we're looking at, because this thing isn't just going to disappear. We're going to manage it to the best. If people are going to be wearing face masks in stadiums, that would be a wicked, wicked picture, if we had something like that going on. So I want you guys to understand that the game is in motion. Once it's like you light those firecrackers, once you light that fuse, you run away because you can't unlight the fuse. So all of this stuff is about to start falling apart, and it's going to start creating economic chaos throughout the economy. Now, with this economic chaos, if you are positioned, that's the key term. If you're positioned, if you broke Dick Danny, if you're penniless Priscilla, there might be something for you, But for the people who have been listening for the last 2 to 3 years, who've got money stacked up, you're about to be able to tiptoe through the garden of economic chaos and scoop up some deals. You're going to be able to scoop up some massive, massive deals. And one of the things, let me get in here, that I want to talk about is, how to start a business in this new economy. Because there will be opportunity for those who are in the position to capitalize on the opportunity, but you need to be positioned to make these to capitalize. You need to be in a position where you can do it. So one of the things, let me see, because one of the things I was going to do, B School for Hustlers. Let me get in my dash, because I was going to, because I don't think we've had this conversation yet, you and I, where I have raised the price of the financial education, which includes everything. Because let me go ahead and tell you. All right, so, and this is for the people who want to take advantage of this situation. So what I am going to do is create a 50%, because the financial economic bundle includes everything. It includes B School for Hustlers. It includes Hustlers Kung Fu University. It includes everything. So there are months of curriculum that you could be learning on, and I'm adding more, and you will get that too. So what I need to do is create this coupon, and this is only going to be during the live stream. So I'm going to do 50% off. Let's see. All right. Y'all can check it out. I'm going to do 50% off of this bundle. There it is. And make money, make more money. All right, so, all right. All right, so what I'm going to do is put that off in the comments. So this is, you get everything. You get everything with the B School for Hustlers. So I'm going to put this in there. So use this code, make more money. All right, so this is only going to be good during the live stream. All right, so what we're about to get into, what we're about to talk about, what we're about to get up into is the rules for the new economy. And I got them wrote down so I could stay on track. Starting a business in the new economy is going to require that you have the proper corporate structure. And this is one of the reasons Monday I'm going to be doing and if you're already signed up for the B School for Hustlers package, you're going to get this. So you don't worry about it. You're going to get an email. Um, you need to have your corporate structure because what we're going to have these catastrophes going forward. They're going to be shorter. We just had this 12-year market bull run, lowest unemployment. That's going to be interrupted again, and it's going to be much sooner. So you're going to need to have your proper corporate structure, whether you're going to have an S corporation, whether you're going to have a regular corporation. You're going to need your banking. You're going to need your Stripe. You're going to need all your stuff lined up and dress. That's going to be one of the first things you need to do, because as we saw with this economic stimulus package, that many people were ill prepared to get that money. And look at who got the money. The big corporations, because they were prepared. They had the infrastructure in place to get the money. So this is the first thing that you've got to do in this new economy. The second thing, you got to get good at the internet. You're going to have a website. You're going to have a way for your customers to easily communicate with you. Millennials will not use your services unless they can book it on the website. They just won't. My ex, who was a millennial, she just like, if I can't do it online, I ain't going to do it. They're just not going to do it. So you're going to have a website. You're going to have to either have a blog, a YouTube channel, a podcast, a Facebook page, Instagram account. These are must-haves going forward. You got to have this. And ideally, you would have 2 or 3 of them. Because right now, you will have a website. You will have your own platform. And it's going to have to be very easy for people to do business with you. They're not going to work hard to throw money at you. They ain't going to happen. So you got to have it set up. And also, you're going to have the website, Facebook, YouTube. You got to have something. You're going to have to enter into online training. I'm in a YouTube mastermind group. It's running me about 15 grand a year. And I can tell you, Savage Finance, which is 2 months old, I already got it monetized. I'm running ads on it. And the last time I did this, it literally took me 8 or 9 months because I didn't know what I was doing. So you're going to have to you're going to have to spend some money, because I'm in this YouTube mastermind. I'm paying for this Facebook training. You're going to have to because the thing is, Facebook just rolled out a new update that's got people like losing their mind. So you're going to have to be with your online website presence. You're going to have to be in a situation where you're constantly updating your skill sets, because Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, blogging, podcasts, all of this keeps changing. So you just, this whole set it and forget it and walk away, which is what my pest was saying that he's done. I knew he was lying, because the era of creating a product and creating an ad set and not update, that's over. That's gone. You're going to have to continually upgrade and reevaluate your skills every few months, or at least once a year. This no more just sitting some stuff out, putting it out there, making the money. That's gone. So you're going to have a serious internet presence to get your things rolling. Number 3, you're going to have to know how to run ads. I don't care if they're Google ads. I don't care if they're Bing ads. I don't care if they are LinkedIn ads, Facebook ads. You're going to have to learn how to run some ads, because the internet is so noisy that you could be working on your blog. You could be working on your YouTube channel. You could do, and no one's going to see you. You can have the best content ever, You can have some really good stuff and you're just going to get lost in the mess. Like right now, I'm running some Facebook ads all over the place. I'm doing Facebook ads too. And this is a lot of you didn't know that once your Facebook page has 10,000 likes and you have a lot of views on your videos, you can monetize your Facebook page. And a lot of people don't know this. I'm really shocked at how many people don't know this. So my Facebook page is, let's see, what is it? I think we're at 2,500 likes in 5 days. Let's see. Woo! Germany sends $160 billion. Folks are not playing. Folks are not playing. A lot of anger at China right now. So this is my page, and I've got all kinds of plans for it because I don't know. I don't know how many likes. I will have to maybe check my phone. So I think I've got 2,500 likes in a week. And this page was created April 13th. And I started running ads literally the next day. Because, I mean, this is how it is. I mean, if you want to build a business on Facebook, you're going to have to spend some money for ads. I know that organic reach, people love that, but I could show you I could show you, let's see. Is this? No, that's the new thing. The dominant male, I ran Facebook ads to that and I got it up to 15,000 likes. But I have not really done a lot with that. Because I'm kind of shifting. But there is another page. Let's see. Let me find it. Because I'm gonna just show you. Because I don't think I got rid of that page. So let me go to this page because this is really important to show you. Let me do this. There it is. All right. This is the Hustlers Kung Fu page. I've run no traffic to it. I think this page, when was this page created? I created this page July 2019. So that's August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, 9 months, and only have 834 likes. And I've got more likes on Savage Finance in a week. In a week. So this is one of the things you're going to have to do as a business owner going forward. You're going to have to become really good in some capacity with the internet. It is not optional. This is not something you can play around with. This is something that you're going to have to work on. This is something you're going to have to spend money on. You're going to have to focus. You're going to have to build a robust internet presence, either on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, somewhere. You're going to have to do that. I mean, I know a lot of people hate the internet, but you're not going to be able to build a business going forward in the future without doing this stuff. This is one of the things that you're going to have to do to make it rain. This is one of the things you're going to have to do. It's going to be critical that you're going to have to become really good with internet protocols, running websites. I mean, it is absolutely necessary. You cannot ignore this. And this is one of the reasons, like, I'm going to give you a scenario of one of the reasons that some of these businesses are going out of business. Let's say I had a restaurant, and this is something that no one does. If I owned a restaurant, I would have a person whose job would be every time someone came in, if they ordered a drink or whatever, like they would introduce themselves and it's like, may I have your email address and phone number? Relentless. Everybody that comes in, this is going to be this person's whole job, to get their email address and their phone number. And then I would have had a seriously large email list, a seriously large text notification list, and I could have been sending out texts that's like, hey, we're closed because of this plague, but you can get this and this and this. And if I had a restaurant, I would have a dedicated delivery person. I would not have no Uber, no DoorDash. I would have a dedicated delivery person. I would spend money, get a car, and I would have had this going on long before the plague, because this is what you're going to have to do to win in the new economy. Like, I know of a case of an Indian restaurant I used to go to. I really enjoyed this place, and they went to a kitchen delivery model only. So this is what you got to do. You got to be good at notification. You got to be good at building email lists. You're going to have to be good at building text lists. I got a new plan for amping up my text list. So one of the things that you have to understand is how to build. And I don't care if it's a restaurant. I don't care if it's a boutique. This is something that I learned years ago. I would say I learned this ago about 2003 or 4, that when we shut down our retail stores, because most of our money was coming from the internet. It was coming from eBay. It was coming from Amazon. It was coming from Craigslist. So I was like, you know what? Let's shut down these showrooms and just go to a warehouse model. And then this is where the upscale garage sale concept came from. And the stuff we could not sell online, we would open up to the public sometimes 2 days a week. Because Saturday was always good. Sundays were hit or miss. Sundays were just, sometimes I would just open up because I would be there. But we were making all our money from the internet, having a warehouse that had no heat nor air. And I remember one Thanksgiving, this chick busted her ass outside in the parking lot. I was like, please don't sue me. And she got up and she was fine. And she came on the warehouse and she bought some stuff. This is absolutely critical and necessary that you're going to have to do this. And the business owners who are resistant, who don't want to learn how to do internet protocols, they ain't going to be in business long. They're just not. I don't even care if you're in trucking. If you're in trucking and you're running a truck, the easier it is you make it for people to book loads with you by having an internet-based protocol where they can see what you got, your schedule. I'm serious, because there's, from what I'm seeing, I don't understand how trucking works. So I'm going to misspeak here probably. But if I had a truck, I would have my truck with my name on it, and I would have a person literally cold calling brokers 150 calls a day to get business. See, there's a lot of people who are not doing that. They're not calling. They're not calling because they're in the truck driving. So one of the things, because someone put up this like management, how did you get management experience when you don't have anyone to manage? You're going to have to make a few bad hires to get management experience. You're going to have to hire someone because when you hire someone, this creates additional work for you as the business owner. You already got your stuff and now you got to manage it. You got to set up schedules. You got to set up protocols. You have to look at them. You have to check on their work. So when you hire people, until you get your protocols together, you're going to be doing double work. Like right now, I just got a text because I'm supposed to be signing up for this video editing company, and they are on it. They're on it. You're going to have people who are going to have to stay engaged with leads and keep on them and keep like, hey, what's up? I'm here. I'm here. I mean, this is going to be absolutely necessary going forward. There's no way around it. No way at all. Number 4, you're going to have to know how to create products and services. And this is what we're going to cover in Sunday's webinar. And that's probably, today is Wednesday, I believe. So that's going to be up there in the course before Sunday. And then we're going to go over it during the webinar. You're going to have to become really good at creating products and services. Or you're going to have to create, gee whiz products. I mean, sometimes it can be so simple. You could just put a little bit more on your product than your competitor. And that little bit more can be such a huge, huge difference. But you're going to have to become good at creating products and services. Now, many people want to cheat. They want to get onto a platform or they want to use someone else's stuff, which will work, but it won't work long term because they're not building a business organically. Like, look what happened to Amazon FBA. There are people who are still selling courses to Amazon FBA, and everyone that I know who's doing Amazon FBA is living in quiet desperation because all it takes is you to do one little thing wrong and Amazon will boot you from the platform. And I know there are people who are like, every day they wake up, it's like, I'm good today. I'm good today. Because every day they think something's going to happen. And, I just Amazon FBA, if you build your own site, you get to develop your own customers. You get to own the customer. Amazon owns the customer, and the customer is very loyal to Amazon. They're not loyal to you. So this comes back to you building products and services and also having a way where you can communicate with your customers. Number 5, you got to know how to market. This is going to be a necessary skill. You have your product or your service. You got to know how to market. Like, I can already tell you, like, since I started inserting, this live stream was brought to you by Hustlers Kung Fu University, my sales have dramatically gone up. That's just one little thing I did different. Just one little thing. One little thing. Because I was going back and I was watching some older videos, and that's something I consistently used to do. And for some reason, I just got away from it. But, every video that I put up is going to be, this was brought to you by B School for Hustlers. This was brought to you by Hustlers Kung Fu Life. And I guarantee you, someone's going to come across this stream 2, 3, 4 months from now. They're going to see some. They're going to go to B School for Hustlers or Hustlers, and they're going to buy some. So you got to get really good at marketing. It's necessary because marketing, selling, this is something as a business owner, you're going to be really good at it to survive. Because I'll give you, how many of y'all know how many YouTube channels there are? Someone put how many YouTube channels there are, because this is something that I just figured out. Only the top 700,000 to 800,000 YouTube channels get play. How many YouTube channels are there? 70 million. There are 70 million YouTube channels, and only the top 800,000 a million get play. This is why, Clearview Tax, why everyone's seeing it, because, YouTube's pushing them to everyone. So you got to make it in that top million. I'm going to show you something. All right. So this is me, this channel. Before everyone started rolling ahead of me, I used to be like 67. But I am the 100th. There's only, and this is something you should know, there's only 188,234 channels with more subscribers than I do. Out of 70 million YouTube channels. Let me say it again. There's only 188,234 YouTube channels ahead of me. Out of 70 million. And, so that should tell you, which YouTube channels get the shine. And, I'm making things. It's only during the live stream. Um, and the sixth thing that you're going to have to do is be consistently marketing your brand in this new economy. You got to like what I did with Making Money A to Z with self-storage unit auctions. I marketed the crap out of that book. I had it on the YouTube channel. I had it on the blog. I was just consistently going. I marketed that book for 4 years. The average book only sells after its initial push, and then the sales just drop like a rock. I was marketing so hard that each month my sales were increasing. So you got to be consistently marketing, consistently. You can never take a day off from marketing. And that's just the preliminary rules because I'm going to do another video. So let's see. All right, so let's get into the comments. What's going on, Houston? What's up, people? Anthony Johnson, 4.25 million more expected to file for unemployment. Well, the numbers are because it was like 6.6 million the first time, so it's starting to bottom out now. Oh yeah, there'll be another auto bailout. Process for profits in Vegas. Hey. Yeah, I'm watching what's happening with oil. Excalibur, the map says more people will die as a result of being closed in than will be open and exposed to corona. Not exactly. They're not going to die. They're just going to suffer economically. They're just going to be poor. Ben the bartender, states be like, you don't have to pay a dead person unemployment. Pretty much. Kevin Davis, yeah, it's going to be like, Eddie Murphy, club opening, club closing, club opening, club closing. That's what it's going to be. Pretty much, Kevin. United Nations warning of hunger pandemic today. That's already starting to happen because many of the farmers, like the dairy farmers, are literally dumping milk because they can't sell it. Some banks are requiring 680 plus minimum FICO score for mortgages. It's going to be straight across. I mean, it's straight up 700. And each time these standards tighten, more and more people fall below the threshold. Mr. 20 universities are going to close. A lot of businesses are going to close and they're not going to open up again. Patrick, I fully expect a second wave of infections. Hellcat, it's already worse than the Great Depression. We didn't have any of this stuff that has happened recently happen during the Great Depression. Mayweather Financial Group, yeah, 2021 is going to be the year. Well, the current course, how to make money from scratch, is going to be kind of that thing, James. Yeah, I mean, this like if you're building a business and you don't have an internet strategy, you're already messing up. You're already messing up. There's a certain group of people called millennials. If you're not online, they're not going to do business with you. To them, you're invisible. Pretty much, Patrick. Yep, the code's for 50% off. Let me. Well, that's the minimum threshold to get the page. Well, this is one of the things. It's like I have a strategy and a plan because when I created the Hustler Kung Fu page, I was really hating on Facebook for a minute because I had a group that was very profitable. I used to make a lot of money from this group, and it just disappeared one day. So I'm rebuilding my trust with Facebook. Thank you, Ben the bartender. No, I'm not doing the discount on the monthly payment plan. That's funny. Let me do something real quick. Make sure that that code is working. Good Lord. So, it is wild what they make you do. Yep, I just ran the password works. It just works. So I don't know what you're trying to do. I am not going to do a discount on the payment plan. That's just too much. So make more money does work. So if you're trying to sign up for that during the live stream, you are good to go. Record Trader, that's going to be another thumbnail. Process for facts. Hiring lets you know how jacked up and wrong your systems and processes are. It will expose that with a quickness. That's the direct shipping model, fleet of trucks, sales team on the phones, booking freight, couple of good dispatchers to keep the trucks running. Yeah, and that's what a lot of folks are not doing. So, Lixter, so if most people weren't following up with leads, marketing effectively, and providing quality service, how was anybody getting business before the pandemic? Because there was so much business out there to be got that you could just be stupid. You could literally be stupid. You can half run your business and make money. And what I'm saying is that's gone. That's gone. You're going to have to be a very smart operator in the future to make money with your business. Being just passive and sitting up and hanging up a sign. And also, a lot of these businesses that did not, so if most people weren't following up with leads, marketing effectively, and providing quality service, how was anyone getting business before the pandemic? Those are the people that are going to disappear. Those are the people who are about to go out of business. – 70 million YouTube channels and only, and like, see, I'm in the top 200,000. Really, Gino Dadaba? Let's see, it just jumped. L Cool J, I haven't done 5 videos since last Friday. Nope, I'm not doing it on a monthly payment plan. Winston, oh yeah, they coming. Steve Jameson, I like that. I like that. That's pretty much it. Key, that's hilarious. Pretty much, Chris F. You gotta have the internet strategy. Pretty much, Greg Williams. That's true. Yeah, the draft is going to be remote, man. They're going to have the draft. So, this is the new economic reality. If you're not really good with the internet, you're going to miss out on so much money. I don't care if you own a restaurant. I don't care if you own a clothing store. You need everything. And I guarantee you, if I were to devote some time looking at these truckers, because a lot of truckers make these videos, and I can just kind of tell by the way they talk, and they don't have this stuff in place. Because if you had 5 trucks and you had someone on the phone preferably two people, because you have one person, they could get sick of something, but you have two or three people pounding the phones every day, your trucks would be up and down the highway all day long. And just a lot of truckers don't really understand this. Or if they understand it, they don't understand it enough to implement it. Because if I had a trucking company, one of my first hires would be a cold caller to be calling freight companies every day. And they would get paid a percentage on what they book. Every day, 5 days a week, they'd be on the phone dialing. Hey, this is Glendon Cameron's Trucking, consistently. And then I would have a sales team and then a dispatcher. Agent J Pool, you can relaunch a channel on top of an old one. You can do that. But the new algorithms favor new channels, because I used to be like 67th. Then there's all these, like literally, it is nothing for a channel to grow from 0 to 500,000 subscribers in a year in the new YouTube algorithm, because depending upon what you watch and how you consume it, that's what YouTube will recommend for you. And the algorithm is designed to recommend stuff to keep you on the platform longer. Millennial independent contractors are booking freight 100% off online. I don't understand. I mean, millennial staff. Uh, I actually have seen a few truck drivers talking about they're calling people. And like I said, I don't know anything about the truck industry, but could you school me how you because this is one of the things. If all that's online and it's done seamlessly and there's no one talking, then what all these truck drivers make videos talking about? I actually talked to a freight broker on the phone. What are they talking about? School me on that. Oh yeah, I mean we're gonna go through this social distancing thing for a minute. And if I started a trucking company, I would still have people calling folks, because trucking, I used to work in a warehouse, and the trucking industry isn't the most innovative industry in the world. But, we will find out. So, I mean, this is what you got to do. And, I will do a little research on the trucking, because this whole need for dispatchers and stuff, like I said, I don't do trucking. But if I had a trucking company, I would still get someone to make phone calls, because a lot of these freight warehouses, I used to work for Watkins Warehouse, and this was owned, I mean, it was a good old boy network. So I don't think they're that progressive. Pretty much. Erica, you're mixing the terms freight broker and shipper. You could call a shipper or go to the conference in Germany in May. All right. Like I said, I don't know anything about trucking. Johnny Walton, they acting cold calling like you. They just don't do it all line. Thank you, Johnny Walton. Like, because I'm like, this is funny. Steve Jameson, you can have freight brokers that are in your network and reach out to you. You can also have a freight dispatcher working on your behalf. They all take a percentage of the load along with the freight. 90% online, but most folks old school and won't streamline. Like I said, I used to work in the warehouse, and I just didn't see these guys being really progressive. So, even with that being booked online, I guarantee you there's a way to innovate this business. Even with that being booked online, because like I said, I'll see these trucking videos, and there's a way to do it better. I'm 100% sure of that. But this is what you're going to have to do in the new economy. This is what you're going to have to do. Uh, you're going to have to become really good with the internet. Steve Jameson, there are load boards that everyone has access to, but the cheap freight you need. And this is something else too, because I see a lot of truckers talking about stop accepting this cheap freight. And these are the economic realities, because it's like you demand more money out of these people. And they're like, the market is only going to pay what the market can bear. It's a whole different thing. Mr. 20 Vision, freight brokers have the loads and truck drivers call and negotiate a rate for the trip. Once again, like I said, but we're going to get into doing a lot of different things, because in this course, how to make money from scratch, the next section we're going to talk about is how to create products and services. And this is where many people go wrong. They will create a product or service, then they try to go sell it. That's the wrong way. I'm going to teach you guys how to do it the correct way. So when you create your product or service, it starts being sold because there's a demand for it. So that's going to happen Sunday, and that content's going to happen this week. If you want 50% off of this course, leave a comment after this video renders, and you can get that. We will hook you up. We will make sure that you get hooked up, because I'm getting ready to start doing a lot of different stuff. Because you thought I was crazy before. You ain't seen nothing yet. I mean, we about to get cray up in here, because I figure it's going to take me a month to get my Facebook ads where I want them. And then I'm going to start probably advertising on LinkedIn. And then I'm probably going to move, I'm going to be on 2 or 3 different platforms advertising, because I can tell you it's cheaper now than it was last time I did it. Cheaper, much cheaper. Erica Williams, the cheap freight battle comes from folks running bad businesses, so they get stuck and take cheap numbers. No worries. Like I said, this is what I was talking about this morning. Like, you can have someone who can buy 2 or 3 trucks, and then when it comes to hiring people and managing that freight, this is where most people fail. It's easy to get a truck. I mean, you got 14 grand, you can buy you a used truck straight up. 2 to 4 grand for a trailer, you're in business for under 20K. Then you got to find the driver, and then you got to learn the nuanced business of running trucking. Because like the person who was saying that this is done online, I guarantee you, if I was to get a truck, I would be making millions with the way I would look at it, because I would find out all of the inefficiencies. And like I said, like Erica put in there, all the folks taking this cheap freight, you know why they're taking cheap freight? That tells me that they don't know how to run a trucking business. What do new resellers do? They sell stuff cheap because they don't know how to position product. They don't know how to take pictures. They don't know how to find niche markets. So they try to sell on price. And when you start selling on price, the race to the bottom is afoot. There it is. Eric Williams, I worked at Pilot. That paperwork was taking him out. Once again, no structure, man. Not yet. So that's all I got for you guys tonight. I will see you later. I'm just kind of giving it to you, what's happening, what's going on, and what you need to do to start a business in the new economy. Because all this old economy stuff, the people who are feeling that we're going to go back to normal, it ain't going to happen. It's not going to happen. Look at what happened to this payroll protection plan. Look what happened to the stimulus deployment. It was an utter disaster. Half the people in America still haven't got their $1,200 stimulus check. Half. So with that, I'll see you guys.